Zenith Norton. I'll just be taking you through some housekeeping. Bathrooms are to the front, in the front to the left, my left. Please put your cell phone on silent and refrain from taking flash photographs because it interferes with the professional photography. This entire event is being live streamed on the Cornerstone Institute YouTube channel. So you can text your family who weren't able to make it. And at 10 a.m., when you hear the horn blowing, please stand. Thank you.
Okay, certificates, when you come up, you do the handshake and then you go over there, okay?
Zonder opkopen ten vrouw, By virtue of the authority that's vested in me, I hereby constitute this gathering, a gathering of Cornerstone Institute, for the conferment of degrees and certificates. You may be seated. Thank you.
Sawubona. 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 The President of Cornerstone Institute, Professor John Valmink, our Board Chairperson, Mr. Marcel Golding, our keynote speaker today, Dr. Marlene Leroux, members of our board, faculty and staff members, members of our alumni, parents, guardians, friends, family members, associates and supporters of Cornerstone Institute, and our students, and more especially, all our students who are about to graduate today. I wish you a warm welcome to this truly special day, the culmination of much hard work and sacrifice. I love the greeting Sawubona. More than saying hello, this greeting is saying, I see you. This making of the other visible is significant and important. We know that many of the injustices and inequalities in the world today are caused by making certain sectors of our society invisible and excluded. The poor, the vulnerable, the exploited, the disabled, the voiceless, the oppressed, the marginalized, I can go on. At Cornerstone Institute, we are in the business of making the invisible visible and the excluded included. So today is all about you, class of 2019. And we say, we see you. Sawubona. At the graduation of 2018, I advised that we intended to host a reinvented and reinvigorated and vibrant staff and student body at our new campus in Rockabye on the foreshore from the 1st of January 2019. I'm very, very pleased to report that we have done that and more. As we commence the planning for the 2020 celebrations of our 50th anniversary, we can report significant progress on all fronts for Cornerstone Institute. The most significant of these is that not only would 2019 mark the year that we achieved our break-even point financially after 49 years, but also that Cornerstone has broken an even more important academic achievement barrier with a record total of more than 170 graduates at our ceremony today. A huge round of applause, please, everybody. In the 4 years and 2 months that I've been here, I've not experienced a better Cornerstone than what I'm experiencing now. This is indeed a most exciting time to be at Cornerstone Institute. The mood is at an all-time high with a pervasive sense that we are on the move to bigger and greater things. The energy is extremely positive, and overall the quality of individuals who are attracted to the magnetism of Cornerstone is continuing in an upward spiral. We are inundated on a daily basis by good people who want to be associated with us, who want to work with and be part of the cause that Cornerstone is. We can really be proud of the harmonious atmosphere that prevails, and it's all of our duty, not only to maintain this current euphoria, but to consciously continue to protect and nurture the creation of a working space and culture that will continue to make Cornerstone Institute the place we want it to be every day. Our potential to model what an institution of higher learning should be cannot be underestimated. With the support of the entire Cornerstone community, we cannot go wrong. For this, we are extremely grateful and remain resolute to make Cornerstone that one place where you truly come to learn, to change the world for the better for all. There's a category of students that we want to pay a special welcome to today, our online students. At the graduation ceremony today, our online students have earned higher certificates, degrees, and have qualified as teachers with their postgraduate certificates in education. Some will argue that online learning takes a higher level of effort. Others will say that the online learning system that Cornerstone offers makes it easier than most. Regardless, obviously online learning works for you. You are here graduating. What more evidence do we need? At Cornerstone, we are determined to make online learning work for more and more people as we expand our brand of higher education to reach more and more people in our country, our continent, Africa, and indeed the entire globe. Many people, however, still do not have access to university-level education because of financial constraints. Once again, I would like to honor the Golding Families Wheatfield Education Foundation Trust, WEFT, who have made it possible for literally hundreds of students to obtain higher education qualifications. Thank you to you, Marcel Golding, who also happens to be Cornerstone Institute's chief benefactor. The value he brings as the leader of this institution is truly immeasurable. We also honor the director of the WEF Bursary Fund, Stebre Lesh, who I'm sure the student recipients at the ceremony will vouch for, makes an indelible difference to the success of the fund. His approach of caring for the person more than caring for the money really works. No wonder the WEF Fund can boast a 90% throughput rate, while others average 60%. Could I ask representatives from WEF and recipients of the WEF bursary to stand, please, so that we can acknowledge and thank you for the wonderful work that you're doing. Can we ask all the WEF recipients and all the WEF officials to stand, please, so that we can give you a round of applause. Please, students, I know there are quite a few of you in the audience. These are your WEF recipients. Thank you. The spirit of giving continues with the Valming family. Professor John Valming, who is the president and ceremonial head of our institute, they've started the Angie and John Valming Scholarship Fund, and they've already sponsored 2 students, Julian Botman, who graduates today, and Angelique Kruger, who will be graduating next year. Watch this space as we continue our drive through this fund and other adopt a student initiatives, where we will continue with determination and resolve to create access to higher education of the type that Cornerstone provides to more and more people, especially those who've been denied access in the past. Could I ask representatives from the Walming family and the recipient scholarship student who's graduating today to stand, please, so that we can acknowledge and thank you for the wonderful work that you're doing. Kusanati is in the audience, and Julian's in the audience. Thank you. You may recall last year, Lorenzo David, CEO of Community Chest, delivered our keynote address. We predicted that our relationship with Community Chest was on a very positive trajectory, and that we would be taking our relationship to the next level and the next. This is exactly what has happened. Could I ask representatives from Community Chest present here today and recipients of Community Chest bursaries to stand, please, so that we can acknowledge and thank you for the wonderful work that you're doing. Community Chest officials and students recipients of Community Chest funding, please stand. Only have one? We have more. Let me share a bit more about the pioneering relationship Cornerstone Institute enjoys with Community Chest. In 2017, 3% of the students registered on our BA Honours program in community development through Community Chest Ashley Creel Bursary Fund graduated. In 2018, 23% of the student cohort graduated, and this year, 33% of the class of 2019 is graduating. So this is a positive trend. You saw the honours students standing over there, and it bodes really well for the development of a success story. Success breeds success. Both Cornerstone and Community Chest are determined to demonstrate that a shared vision around social justice can indeed produce the positive results we so desperately seek. We look to the BA Honours class of 2019, the 6 graduates who will be stepping up to the podium today, along with all our other graduates, and we say to you, we see you. Sawubona. Now for some breaking news. Following the recruitment of high-end BA Honours students, we realized the need for entry-level programs as well. So in 2019, Community Chest awarded 30 bursaries to students wanting to complete the higher certificate in community development. This is a 2-year program, and we are expecting this cohort to graduate at the end of 2020. Some of these students are sitting in our audience today, and we are looking forward to welcoming you onto the podium next year. But it does not end there. Community Chest has just announced that they will award 15 more BA Honours in Community Development bursaries through the Ashley Creel Scholarship Fund, and a further 30 higher certificate in community development bursaries in 2020. We see you, Community Chest. Thank you so much. Could we give all the funds a round of applause? In conclusion, I have to say that the challenge of maintaining the momentum that we've gained cannot be scoffed at. Now more than ever, we need the hands on deck as we transition Cornerstone to the great institution that it's destined to be. We appeal to the entire Cornerstone community to continue to help us to gain the traction we require so that we can flourish into an outstanding example of an institution that truly embodies the vision, mission, and values that I believe we all aspire to. As we create greater access to higher education, we make a greater and greater impact on changing what frequently feels like a rapidly declining world into a place of hope, intellectual excellence, and service. It's a worthwhile journey to counteract the perceived decline and negativity we find all around us. As we demonstrate our success, we have no doubt that we will serve as a beacon, offering an alternative for more and more people who will join us in our quest to change the world for the better. I can think of no other person that epitomizes all this positivity than Dr. Marlene Leroux, who it gives me great pleasure to introduce as our keynote speaker today. Dr. Leroux, who we all simply know fondly as Marlene, is a hands-on, results-focused, and visionary leader with an extensive track record in culture, the performing arts, and education. Marlene is the recipient of many awards and honors going back to 1998, which she received the ShopRite Checkers Woman of the Year Award. In 2017, she received an honorary doctorate in education from Cape Peninsula University of Technology. More recently, she received the Commonwealth's Point of Light Award by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II in recognition of exceptional service promoting disability rights. And the Fair Saturday Award was made to her in Artscape in Bilbao, Spain, as an advocate for human rights, inclusion, and openness throughout her career, and the theatre's commitment to promoting essential values through its diverse and accessible programs. Marlene is widely published and referenced, and especially known for a book, Look at Me, featuring the stories of 23 women with various disabilities, and the books Mitchell's Plain, A Place in the Sun, and Everyday Life in Mitchell's Plain, and die Wellingtonse Klopse, 100 jaar se onvertaalde stories about the mental history in the town of Wellington, Western Cape. Marlene served as an international expert on the London Olympic Committee and Arts Council in England to select art projects for the London Olympics and Paralympics in 2012. And she and Karen Smith launched the Women's Achievement Network for Disability in August 2014 to listen very carefully, to raise the profile and awareness of disabled women and girls in South Africa so that their human rights may be advanced and promoted. It's not difficult to see how Marlene's work dovetails and converges with that of Cornerstone Institute's vision, mission, and values. We are grateful that she has graced us with her presence today, and it is indeed a momentous occasion for me and a deeply significant moment for Cornerstone Institute to call on her now to address us. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Marlene Leroux. Thank you very much.
What can I say? Forget about everything Nola said. Before we start, I think, and I won't be long because you're not here actually to listen to me. You came here today because you are so dedicated. To be a part-time student and an online student, I know that feeling. And to still work, it is a lot of dedication. So I'm standing here in front of you in honor of you. But first we start, I would like to have a moment of silence. If you can stand up, moment of silence for all the violence that is happening in our country. And my pledge is that today that we stand for 365 days of humanity and for caring, that we mustn't have days that we need to look at non-violence against women, children, persons with disabilities, persons who is gay, and for our broader community. Each one of you encountered a loss, or you know of a person that's been brutally or violated. And today my plea is, as we're standing here, that we all must make a commitment that we are going to be that ambassadors for peace, so that the memory of Yunena, Zinateba, Lichandre, and Jesse Hess can be the memory that we have started a pledge to walk the path for our country of humanity. It is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well with my soul. I thank you. Thank you so much. It is truly a privilege and an honor for me to give this, not a speech, it's just actually a talk. This thing is very heavy and hot, ne? And when Noel asked me, I was very excited because it was Cornerstone. Because what it stands for, and especially because Professor Volmink is here. He's a man that stands for Ubuntu, and he practices Ubuntu. So it's special people that is here today. And the executive dean, I know him from a very long time. So this is not going to be a really academic speech, no? This is going to be a hard speech. I know Rudy very well, so if Rudy gives you problems, no, the executive team, you come and talk to me. So it's an honor, and the reason why I'm doing this to you. So today you're going to graduate, but you're going into a community. So if you're going to take these things so serious, you're going to forget what you're getting it for. Today my speech is more going to be to take you to what it is to be active citizens. So I must now use the academic wording, Noel, and say it's a privilege, the CEO, Mr. Noel Daniels, and I think it's a privilege for Cornerstone to have you as the CEO, because you come from a background of community work, besides being also academic. And this is for me such an honor to say this to you on this particular platform. I want to congratulate the Executive Dean, Dr. Rudy Buys. And Dr. Rudy Buys comes also a long way with youth development. I hope you don't forget that. Yeah? I will never forget, that's why he's the Executive Dean. And the Registrar, Ms. Crystal Jenica, and we just share something that we have in common, it's music. Because music is the center of the soul. So you have a special register as well, besides being a woman, because I must say it's a woman, very important. Right? Yes, she paves the way for other women to be, and especially as African women, we must say, the time is now, not yesterday. So thank you, Crystal, for being in this particular position for us. The academic personnel, the administrative staff, for the innovative learning environment you are creating within this particular education institution. And the result, like this, to have a ceremony. Because ceremonies are important. We as Africans, we have rituals. And that rituals grounds us. And that rituals gives us purpose. And this is part of the rituals. So when Noel was looking for Mr. Daniels for the horn, I thought, wow, here is one of our rituals. And when I saw that we are wearing the indigenous people of this particular country, the First Nation, their symbols of the koi and the sand, I thought, wow, as a country, we're moving. But it's also important to say we're moving along with our diversity, that our traditional leaders need to lead in peace. So today, you are so appropriate, Professor Volmink, to wear the traditional wear because it's in peace, because that is what you stand for. Then I would especially congratulate the 172, you sitting here today. Wow. Dedication. Sometimes you wanted to give up. Sometimes you need to run to get that online. You must press that line, then it's not working, you don't have data. Am I right? No, laugh, man, you don't have data. I know that, man. Then you don't have data, man. I'm speaking to you because I know what it is, man. Then you must quickly go get, because your parents or your granny perhaps is a SASSA grant. No? Now SASSA doesn't pay out. Now you don't have data. So some of you gone through extreme difficulties to get this. That's why I want to say to you, halala, man, halala, that you persevere. Give yourself a hand. Yes. When I gone through the qualifications, why are you getting this? What qualifications? It is so rooted. Psychology, education, theology, business studies, and media studies. And I know now you are working with the executive dean to even add more to this particular list. And I'm looking forward to that. Wow, this institution is turning 50 in 2020. I've done my homework now. In 2020. I'm also talking to you on the eve of Cornerstone's 50th anniversary in 2020. In reading the book by Margie Gustafson, and I would like you to start to read that so that you can know what is this institution and who is this institution? What is the principles and the values of this institution that you have graduated from? So that this institution is not just the certificate that you are holding on, but that you're going to walk this particular values. A journey of hope through change, the story of the Cape Evangelical Bible Institute becoming Cornerstone. Read the book. I was deeply struck by the hard work and dedication of its founders in 1970, Don and Eva Ichliman. It is always wise to know where you come from when moving forward in a new direction. It's important for you as you're sitting here. Who are you? Where do you come from? And what do you want to contribute to the new South Africa? I'm equally impressed by the vision and commitment of the current owner, board and management of Cornerstone, who have managed to turn their dream of a sustainable institute into a reality. This against all odds and in the face of so many daunting challenges through academic citizenship and academic entrepreneurship. In his book, Noel Daniel speaks about his curiosity as a little Cape Flats boy in the late 1970s, standing in front of the Institute building in Klipfontein Road, wondering what happens in that building. We're all wondering. Now we know that a lot happened in that building in the 1970s. And in all the other buildings situated in Plumstead, Lansdowne, Claremont, Salt River, Guguletu, Khayelitsha, Mynenberg, Lavender Hill, oh, I can name it all. And now in the foreshore, they're coming back on the land of the Khoi and the Sand and the Ishitkoza. Isn't it that? Yay! There we go. The story of Cornerstone is a story of faith. If you don't have faith, you have absolutely nothing. Hardship, resilience, and definitely also of hope. I want to say thank you to Marcel Golding for giving so that this particular Cornerstone can have entrepreneurship academia, because it's not easy. So thank you from the community. From its inception in 1970, Cornerstone, very important to all of you because we are now suddenly be so racist in South Africa. Hello. Cornerstone has been a non-racial institution, disobeying the laws of strict racial separation in educational institutions. Even in the face of scrutiny by the security police of the brutal apartheid regime, it was firmly rooted in the surrounding communities and churches of the Cape Flats. Community development by faith-based organizations. So pastors, I'm talking to you, come home, man. Come home. Preach peace and togetherness and Ubuntu and unity, so that Ubuntu is not just an academic exercise for professors, so that that thesis is then on the shelf. Important then, it is this cornerstone was to address poverty, which was largely black, and we're still there. And sadly, even today, as a blackface. In this regard, the college then and Cornerstone now was in good company, that of the Black Consciousness Movement, which is described as perhaps the most important exponent of radical community development, empowerment in South Africa. And Steve Biko himself noted for his involvement in community development. So if you don't know the people that I'm talking about here today, go read. Research don't stop now. It's ongoing all the time. The celebration of 50th is also coinciding also on another foreshore precinct, and it's Artscape. And I want to do just a comparison, just a little bit of a comparison, where Cornerstone defined that time the apartheid government to say that this institution is for everybody. The Nico Milan Theatre decided that they're going to uphold the ideology. They only play to white audiences. And as we moved on, we know Artscape. It's the journey from the Nico Milan to Artscape. So Artscape has become the breathing space for all. And Artscape will be 50 in 2021. So we're going to learn from how you're going to celebrate, and not to take out, but how do we move as a country forward. And it's important to say that in this week, we also commemorated Tata's death, Nelson Mandela. And we will never forget the values that he stood for. It's 25 years since the election of a democratic and representative government with Nelson Mandela as president. And I'm proud to share with you that this, with Cornerstone, that man didn't just sit for 27 years in jail just for us not to understand what is true transformation with unity and diversity. I want to move on by saying on education, development, and empowerment. I'm encouraged by the increase in the number of graduates receiving their qualification in education. In a way, all the production of knowledge in all your discipline is about education and should be about empowerment. I notice on the Cornerstone fact sheet that 78% of the students are female, 22% male, with an average age of 31 years. This compares well with the 2018 Teaching and Learning International Survey, where it found that 60% of teachers in South Africa are female, whereas only 22% of school principals are female. Lots of work, eh? This is where education should be more than the transference of knowledge. It should be about empowering people, and in the case, the vital role of empowering women, persons with disabilities in education. Of course, education is about the goal to increase the level of formal education amongst teachers. Sadly, the same survey revealed that more than half of teachers have degrees, 56%. 98% said that a diploma of higher is their highest level of education, with only 18% of teachers having an honors degree. For how can we empower and motivate a new generation of learners if the teachers themselves are not adequately empowered and equipped? Now, why am I saying this? Because I'm saying this is so relevant for Cornerstone. You still have a long life because you're focusing on education. The same also Survey also found that 32% of teachers were aged 50 and above. This is me, middle age. The Center for Development and Entrepreneurs predicted that South Africa would need to have 456,000 teachers by 2025 to offer quality education. Wow, eh? Now you sitting here today, what a contribution you're going to give. You're going to be part of this. These teachers, it's so important to say that between 18,000 and 22,000 of these teachers leave the profession every year. The survey found that the average age of South African teachers was 43 years and that 32% of teachers were aged 50 and above. This means that in the next decade, almost half of the current teaching workforce will have to be replaced. So you don't need to go to England or to other countries to go to do teaching, or to China or to do anywhere. Stay home, man. South Africa, we need to change, and we need you. And we need Cornerstone. This is where Cornerstone should continue to play a vital role in the face of these discouraging stats. But the stats is just to show us scientifically where we need to move towards and to say to ourselves, we're going to do more. In the book, I love the history of Cornerstone. Noel Daniels talks about a problem that started as the leader of Cornerstone Institute. Private, not-for-profit education should be for the poor in Africa. He says it must be for the poor in Africa. Am I right, CEO? This, however, seems economically unviable, especially with the daunting task of making Cornerstone sustainable. So I plead now again to the funders and more funders. This institution needs funding. I just did the research on the stats, so I am not emotional. It is stats. This is important. My own question and challenge for Cornerstones on the eve of your 50th anniversary is the following. Are you still reaching the poor in your communities? Are you still a channel of hope? When talking about community development and education is part of this, it is argued, and now I'm appealing to donors, that donor agendas can become a form of the new colonization, where the agendas of donors are implemented that are for the people and not with the people. Some stinging critiques suggest that NGOs today contribute marginally to the relief of poverty, but significantly to undermining the struggle of African people to emancipate themselves from economic, social, and political expression. It's very important that I need to say this. Is this true when we are talking about community development as empowerment of the poor in South Africa? The privileged have become accustomed to the poverty of the poor and have excluded themselves both physically behind gated communities and mentally behind a web of preconceptions. That poverty and the poor are inherent in society. We need to stop this particular cycle. We need to understand, and we need to say to our students sitting here, you can make that change. Transformation is about speaking truth to power, to confront the dynamics of power in society. When education and community development is approached as being in the service of transformation, it can never be divorced from the advocacy for justice and peace. When education is more than just the transference of knowledge, when it's also a social justice issue, the vision should shift from mere learning outcomes, in this case a qualification, as a project, to equipping students, that is you, teachers, psychologists, theologians, and community workers in justice and advocacy, to become active citizens of hope. In this endeavor, we should also rely on the imagination and hope of our youth. On hope, and this is my last. I had the privilege to call the late Professor Russell Portman, the first black vice-chancellor and rector of Stellenbosch University, my friend and fellow activist. He was a theologian and a preacher of hope. On 23 January 2003, he preached at the establishment of the Mandela Rhodes Foundation about the 2 poems in Psalm 126, where the second poem proclaims the hope of the people, looking forward to the deepening of transformation in their society. Russell explained it as follows, and I quote, "It is the deepening of the transformation that repairs the dignity of those who struggle to make an existence in the most secluded towns of our country. It indicates the necessity of a deepening of equality, so that the daughter of the farm worker can have the same opportunity for success as the son of the farmer." I want to repeat it. So that the daughter of the farm worker can have the same opportunity for the success as the son of the farmer. Russell deeply believed that there is hope for millions of people on the African continent. But he did not want to give hope only a religious flavor. You can't just pray without action. Yeah? You're not going to say, oh, the Lord is going to provide. Ani, mankanala, really, nkosi, no. Yeah? Let us walk the path. Let our talks become the walks. Hope was not just about faith in a better future. It had to be created, and it had to be offered to disadvantaged communities and to everybody. It is not just the poor that needs faith. I think the rich needs more faith. And the reason why I want to say that hope had to be put into action. Tomorrow, I can lose this job. Yeah? Tomorrow, I can lose this title. But I thank the Lord, I come from farm workers' stake. I come where my granny was a domestic worker. I come from the scheme. I come from where we need to share smootjie. Yeah? You know what is a smootjie, man? They call it ritetala now in the come dine with me. I ask, what is this name? My good grief, it was a smootjie. Yeah? We call this fancy names, man. Then it's just our name. Krimmelpap is then something else. Kumushi is something else. Ne? So I'm just saying, we name things to mask ourselves, man. But you know what? When I fall, I can start up again. Because I know what it is to have a toilet outside, man, or don't have a toilet. So let's stop our masking. Let you be the leaders that is ethical. We come from a painful and shameful history. And in many ways, apartheid still lives in the hearts, minds, and bodies of many in our nation. It lives in the inequalities we still see every day in the faces of the poor. We talk about diversity, but what do we mean with diversity? We are still being defined by the old apartheid terms, the color of our skin, language, class, being gay and disabled. We need to acknowledge this power that is still prevalent in our new democratic dispensation. All of us should confront this lingering power that apartheid still have over us, because it is also a time to heal. In South Africa and on this continent, we need graduates like you that are passionate about human rights, about all human rights, not just about your issue. You should stand up for your neighbor, for your neighbor's daughter, for your neighbor's son. You should be an activist for gay rights. You should be an activist for a person who doesn't have access to education. You should be an activist and using this certificate that you have to tell that government official, hello, you can't treat that sissy like that or the bergie like that. Don't. Let me see a Cornerstone graduate who's in a position that forget where you come from and where you have graduated. This mama standing here, I don't mince my words, because we have all given time. And you need to thank your parents. We need to embark on a journey to becoming a more caring and humane society. This must be a society where we actively fight for the rights for everybody. 16 days of activist campaigns must become 365 days. Amandla, ne? We need to advocate, Professor, Executive Dean, we need to advocate a curriculum that's inclusive and speaks holistically to these burning issues in our society. My challenge to Cornerstone is aspire to keep your focus on the poor and the marginalized people of this country. And my challenge to you, the graduates of 2019, is to become active citizens of hope and not to sit on the fence and to feel comfortable. You haven't arrived. We will never have arrived if all of us are not equal and economically equal. And with economically equal, I don't mean that you must drive a Mercedes. I don't mean that you must live in a big house. Economically, it's about economically in yourself to be able to care about others and to speak about somebody else that is worse off than you when the camera lights are not there. I have hope for the future because of you. I thank you.
No, don't let nobody turn you round, turn you round, turn you round. No, don't you let nobody turn you round. Keep on to Galilee. No, don't you let nobody turn you round, turn you round, turn you round. No, don't you let nobody turn you round. Keep on to Galilee. I would not be keep on to Galilee. I would not be a backslider. I tell you keep on to Galilee. Don't let nobody turn you round, turn you round, turn you round. Don't let nobody turn you round. Keep on to Galilee. Keep on to Galilee. Keep on to Galilee.
Greetings, everyone. On behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to recognize the President, the CEO, the board members, all staff and faculty, family, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2019. I would like us to go down memory lane. So if you could remember the first few weeks of college, or perhaps remember your first online class, we were very uncertain. We wondered whether we would make it, what type of friendships would we make. We wondered, would our lecturers like us? Would we handle Cape Town weather or the demands that come with online learning? But we were also excited to gain knowledge and learn new things, to see how we could best help people, and we looked forward to meeting new people. That is until the assignments hit, well, for me. Then we started questioning our capabilities. We wondered, did I choose the right course? A few months down the line, everything we were uncertain of revealed through the learning process. So even when we questioned our capabilities and questioned how we would get through the year, let alone the semester, we gradually made it through, one semester at a time. If you don't believe me, Exhibit A is the fact that we're all sitting here. Ta-da, there you go. We all have dreamt of this day, looking as good as we are, in formal wear, with makeup done, sporting heels. It's also good seeing the gentlemen not wearing sneakers. So thank you. I guess we're doing this as a community. Natalie sure did teach us well. This year we have grown closer through our united stress of writing senior project papers, our field work with awesome kids that either made you question if you want to continue what you're doing or not, and through our assignment deadlines as we appealed for extensions. So this journey has been about self-discovery. In first year, some of us learned about body language, listening skills, others learned about education, introduction to sociology, others about business, others theology. Some of us then tried to analyze every single person we met by making sure we embodied the right listening skills. And when we got to second year, it became all about writing reflections. Then we realized we too might need classical conditioning to help anyone. We focused on our majors when we got to third year. And then we realized that how we could best help someone was by being authentic, showing unconditional positive regard and empathy. So through the insights learned in our various fields over the years at Cornerstone, we have realized that we are capable. We have learned to receive support from finding mentors like Natalie, Richard, Adrian, and others. People who, in their toughness, still taught us what humility is. As we start our new lives from this day, we may have feelings of relief that we do not have to do assignments. I don't know about you, but I'm really happy about that. But then we could also have memories that are flooding us that makes us miss the time we shared together. Like not getting to see Jennifer run down the stairs after a dare, or debates about gender in class, or taking pictures of students when they're not looking and posting it on the school group. So you make sure that you are wide awake in class, just don't sleep, or anyone see you. And then who wouldn't miss Hawa or Amy's sandwiches that literally saved our lives? But the good news is we live in the world of technology so that we can stay connected. And I'm hoping Ridar can humor us by taking part. So the connections that we made here, both on campus as online students, are worth nurturing. To mention a few, in class we have been inspired by people like Wendy, who will brighten up your day every single day when you go to class. Jackie, who carried all our concerns and conveyed them to the department. Nicola, who witnessed the battles at school and those outside. Lecturers like Al-Marie, who ensured we danced off anxiety. Taryn Litu, who was a cheerleader for us. Narissa, who listened to our bad moments. Jennifer Feldman, who responded to all PGCE students. And Peter Pedersen, who dealt with all queries as best as he could. All these relationships helped us navigate our university life and studies and taught us how to apply all that we learned at our foodwork sites. So for this, we say thank you. Just like our first year, we were so excited but also uncertain because we did not know what Cornerstone was going to throw to us. Today is no different. Just that this time it isn't Cornerstone. For most of us, it is the professional world. Well, we made it this far by learning how to do Harvard and APA referencing. And here we are completing this chapter with the many references of our experiences made at Cornerstone. So if we've made it this far, imagine how much further we can go. We do not have to have it figured out, because what we have gained here will carry us on to the next step. So I just want to remind you that there is beauty in uncertainty. Author Anne Lamont wrote, "The opposite of faith is not doubt, but it's certainty." If we were certain about the future, there would be no need to learn, to keep hoping and thriving. So amidst this excitement and the uncertainty lies hope and faith to grow. So to my fellow graduates, may we remember to maintain the lessons learned here, to be authentic, to show unconditional positive regard and empathy. May we remember that we grow through change. So I want you to go out there, embrace it, because we are well equipped to face all that will be thrown to us. I mean, we did the things that needed to be done. I'll say that professionally. We did it, and congratulations.
Thank you, Jean. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Rudy. I'm the Executive Dean. And if you look at the program, the proceedings, order of proceedings, it'll be about the third, fourth page from the back. You'll see where we're at in the program now. We actually now start with the process of conferring the qualifications. But before we do that, let me just tell you who sits in front here that you know, because that's not in the program. So Beverly Dankers, I'm sorry, man. Here is head of our student services. And then Junie Favish, next to her, is one of our board members. And Kelly N. Hadwick is our SRC president. And then Marcel Golding is chairperson of our board. Professor Volmink is our president, or in sort of other language, our chancellor. Then Dr. Marlene Leroux, you know, and then Noel Daniels is our CEO. Professor Lillian Dudley, in actual fact, is one of our board members as well. And then Basir Dramat is our head of finances. And then Dr. Crystal Janica is our registrar. So you'll see some of the chairs have skins on them. And that sort of indicates, you know, the most senior and the office bearers. That's why you have skins here. So this one is a blessed book, as far as I have it. Kellyanne, I think you're sitting on a hartebeest. Now, what's that in English? I have no idea in actual fact, sorry. Anyways, it's a hartebeest, and Marcel is on a blue wildebeest, as far as I have it, and of course a zebra for the president. And then Noel, I think you're also on a Blauwille Best or one of those, you know. And then Crystal is on a Springbok as well, if I have it right. Yeah. So why I point that out to you is in the booklet you have a description of the various symbols that you would observe. So you will see that we follow the sort of traditional, internationally known way of graduations, but we've added symbols to indicate, you know, our heritage and where we're from. So what will happen now is we'll get going with the conferring of qualifications. There's two groups of qualifications, if you will. One group is the certificates. It's the higher certificate qualifications and the postgraduate certificates. And then you have the degrees, you know, the BA degrees and the BA honors degrees that we'll confer. So what will happen, also in as explanation, you'll see it in the booklet, is that the student would come forward, I'll call their name, and then they enter the group of elders, the half silk, and they'll go to the president with the certificates, they will shake their hand, and then they'll move across to the registrar. They'll stand on that you know, footstool there, and she will drape them. And what that symbolizes is that they are joining the scholarly community with their qualification, which, of course, for us at Cornerstone, Dr. Leroux means people that change the world. So we have scholars that become activists and professionals and so forth. So thank you for that. Well, at least professionals, right? I see some, you know. Okay, thank you very much. Let's get going. Mr. President, Professor Walmink, let's just double check. So what you'll see is we make sure that all the symbols are correct, and what the president needs is in actual fact the cap to cap our degree students with, just that we make sure everything is done right. I know, but yeah. Cool. All right. We first, Mr. President, I would like to present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed the program requirements and have fulfilled all the conditions as accepted by the Board of Directors, the Academic Office, our accrediting bodies, and the Senate, which now enables the candidates to be awarded the following certificates. The higher certificate in Business Studies, so before you go, I have, you know, so Carmelita Frantesa Blau, who is one of our staff members, who had joined us as a receptionist. She's now qualifying. She's moved into the registrar's office. Incredible success story. We congratulate you. Please, Carmelita, you are welcome. Thank you. Luyanda Hazel Mbi, and also the top student in the class. Congratulations, you are welcome. Mr. President, in absentia, Jody Elaine Kara. Thank you. Mr. President, the higher certificate in community counseling. Robin Amy Daniels. Sherwin Joseph Marinus. Thank you. Tabang Mashapu. Thank you. Phyllis Vanjiku Manjiri. Oh, that's the next. Mr. President, in absentia, Claire Elizabeth Hamilton. Thank you. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed the program requirements and have fulfilled all the conditions as accepted by the Board of Directors, the Academic Office, our accrediting bodies, and the Senate, which now enables the candidates to be awarded, for the first time in Cornerstone's history, the Postgraduate Certificate in Education Foundation Phase Teaching. You can give a hand. This is our first cohort. Shantae Sevilla Adams. Thank you. Aisha Ali. Thank you. Tracy Ann Arendse. Thank you. Robin Armstrong. Thank you. Taryn Jane Blake. Thank you. Okay, good. All right. Anastasia Chloe Dooms. Thank you. Alexandra Helen Elliott. Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Where we go? Zuleika Israel Hussein. Thank you. Laura Marcia Jaffe. Tsegufatso Margaret Kepile. With distinction, Danielle Meintjes. Congratulations. Kim Lisa Meyer. Stefani Nombulelo Mkandla Puti. Melissa Rebello. With distinction, Kirsten Celeste Reniker. Congratulations. Amy Emmeline Strom. Tamsin Gail van Eden. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Just hold on for a moment. I'll get it from you just now. Mr. President, and in absentia, Michelle Banfield, Jacoba Cornelia Johanna Boyce, Jamie Lee Dormel, Anna Rachel Griffin, Megan Lake, Jacqueline Lewon with distinction, Marlies Tanya Megson, also with distinction, and the top student in the program. Let's give her a hand, even if she's not here. Daniela Lisa Malkin, Cassandra Risch, Gemma Catherine Skroop, with distinction as well. Chantal Vermeulen with distinction, and Emma Louise Yeats Wayne also with distinction. And the last one, Lauren Louise Guthrie. President, we now confer the postgraduate certificate in education, intermediate phase teaching. Yolanda Berggraaf. Thank you. Bean with an N. Yeah, cool. Perveen Dalvi. Thank you. Nadia Deisel. Melissa Govender. Colleen Grime with distinction. Ellen Cherie Groblaar. Spio Simon Gunuza. Thank you. Oh, it's perfect. Good. Brenda Slatswayo. Lindo Kugle Moses Kapawo. Gomotso Nancy Motsisi. Nomagugu Kudzayi Moyo. Lisa Myberg. Clenise Peter. Thank you. Yes, dancing and ululation, you're really welcome, you know. Tears as well, so please go for it, you know. You can just ask around for tissues. Nasira Musa Rayman. Thank you. Duret Reineke with distinction. Congratulations. Carmen Marie Stoker. Wiltshire. Kellen Eugen Wiltshire. Mr. President, in absentia, please confer and award Lisa Melinda Hope with distinction, Melissa Andrews with distinction, Nicole Ellis, Becker Miriam Bowers, Leslie Ann Bush with distinction, Can I continue, President? Thank you. Irene Cavalinis with distinction. Candice Angeline Cheney. Jared Carl Kleur. Marika Kutsia. Quentin Kutsia. Jared Craig Dawson. Emery Josanne Deroux. Marinus Benjamin Renan de Vries. Clement Clarence Dean, Devin Kyle Garvey, Hannah Louise Gillett, Fatima Hendricks, Maranatha George Hess, Anastasia Condilis, Marisa Creek with distinction and the top student in the program. Please give her a hand. Madison Courtney Lemos, Taryn Bridget Lewis Thomas, Shemanique Entheline Lottering, Keith Warwick Marsh, Russell Elizabeth Miller, Bonolo Nonslansla Signoria Mesonogi, Wilhelmina Motileng, Duke Hubert Munro. Colleagues and President, just for background, our PGCEs are fully online programs. So many of our students aren't local or aren't able to travel. That's why you would have a long list of in absentia conferring of the qualification. Mr. President, I see I have a few names missed that I'm just going to, in absentia, also add. So we open the certificates again. Just in absentia, Chantel Eloise Radman with distinction. Please give her a hand. Rudy Herman Skeepers, Schmidt Levine, Stefanus Johannes Smith, Sonja Isabel Benjamin Sondaya, Carla van der Merwe, Gerard van Heerden, Daniel van Jaarsveld, Amory van Niekerk, Hendrik François Ernst van Reenen, Johandri Venter, Jacopinaar Volskenk, Petrus Hendrik Wasserman, and Grant Wilson. So let's close the certificates, give them all a hand. Thank you, Mr. President. Then we have one special student, Mr. President, from last year's graduation, who actually had given birth the day before the graduation, and for that reason could not actually walk the stage. And so we've made a special arrangement that Angelique Nicole Chatty. Thank you. Please, you are most welcome. Okay.
The degree Bachelor of Arts.
So let me check, is your child in the, is she here? He here? I'm not sure where. Let's all celebrate. Where's your child? At the back in the corner there. Wonderful. Congratulations, Mummy. Mr. President, that concludes the degree, the graduation from 2018. Okay, let's go to this year. Mr. President, I now request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts degree upon the following candidates who have successfully completed the program requirements and have fulfilled all the conditions of this qualification. The Bachelor of Arts, Joel Petual Amroot.
I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts.
So, all our graduates, so the first one or two might miss it, but all of you must now observe, how is that right? Okay. Noreen Olivia Banda.
Bachelor of Arts.
Julian Botman. And then, of course, we're very proud to have another one of our staff members qualifying with a degree, Claudia Brown. She actually works in marketing and the registrar's office. Claudia, we are very proud of you.
Bachelor of Arts.
Beautiful. Wendy Nosipo Chief.
Bachelor of Arts.
Can I go? One of our SRC members, Nicola Adelaide Cupido. Please give her a hand. Thank you. You know, our leaders graduate.
Bachelor of Arts.
Thank you. Okay. Fatima Maria Ferreira de Jesus.
Bachelor of Arts.
Michael de Kok.
Bachelor of Arts.
Oh, the picture, yeah. Antoinette de Waal.
Bachelor of Arts.
Vambinashe Charlotte Ziwayo.
Bachelor of Arts.
Sarah Christie Houston.
Bachelor of Arts.
Andonia Ismelia Eels.
Bachelor of Arts.
Anel Janse van Rensburg.
Bachelor of Arts.
Chanel K. Kenny.
Bachelor of Arts.
And our Vice President of the SRC and Academic Affairs Officer of the SRC, Rida Ahmed Mahadik.
Bachelor of Arts.
Student welfare. Then another SRC member, Student Life, Jennifer Ntombi Ngadi.
Bachelor of Arts.
Nomalungelo Nganza.
Bachelor of Arts. Yeah. Sorry.
And another of our SRC members, Jackie Celine Meinhardt.
Bachelor of Arts.
Yeah, thank you. So, we have a great CEO. He just pointed out, I'm reading from, which is correct, but the notes here indicate the distinctions, and I just missed 3 distinctions as the students were going through. I apologize for that. So, the students, Sarah Christie Houston. Where are you, Sarah? Over here. Let's give Sarah a hand. We missed it. I apologize. And Rida, our Vice President, Rida, where are you? Over here. He also has a distinction. And Jennifer, our other SRC member, where are you? Also here. Also have a distinction. Woo! And Jackie Maynard, our other SRC member. Yo, where's Jackie? Just wave. Where's Jackie now? Oh. So is the last one went through was Jackie. President, I offer apology. All right, there's Jackie. Let's give her a hand. Jean Nangwala, and our speaker, of course. Thank you.
Bachelor of Arts.
Prominent Ninibuzi Ngube.
Bachelor of Arts.
Kamugelo Ngato.
Bachelor of Arts.
Shannon Pluk.
Bachelor of Arts.
Tanele Cecilia Shabangu.
Bachelor of Arts.
Okay. Another of our SRC members, the Treasurer and Diversity Officer, Nicole Tony Solomon.
Bachelor of Arts.
Bernice Terblanche.
Bachelor of Arts.
Thank you. Joshua Doe Veloso.
Bachelor of Arts.
Benicia Willemse.
Bachelor of Arts.
Mr. President, and in absentia, Master Mavutu Dawson, Calvin Sage Griffiths, and Gina Ella Smith.
So confirmed.
Yes, go. Mr. President, I also just had been indicated that Krishna van der Westhuizen this morning apologized to also not attend, so she will also receive in absentia. Thank you. Mr. President, I now request you to confer the Bachelor of Theology in Community Leadership degree upon the following candidate who have successfully completed the program requirements and have fulfilled all the conditions of the qualification. Kutula Thelma Tswane, and the top student in the program. Congratulations.
I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Theology in Community Leadership.
Mr. President, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Community Development degree upon the following candidates who have successfully completed the program requirements and fulfilled all the conditions of this qualification. Precious Fakia Banda.
I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours in Community Development.
No. First read, John. With distinction and the top student in the program, Eloise Baron.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Shanine Genthina Casper.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Theo Tembinkosi Mayekiso.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Pinky Noguga. Thank you.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Mr. President, in absentia, Ntando Derek Mlami Yola. Mr. President, I now request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts Honours degree upon the following candidates who have successfully completed the program requirements in psychology and have fulfilled all the conditions of this qualification. The BA Honours in Psychology, Academic. Tanya Nicole Adams.
I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours in Psychology Academic.
Jadine Luverne, America.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Thanks. Lisa Edwina Bum.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Karen Ray Cohen, with distinction.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Althea Kettledas.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Shannon Lee Lakay.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Matipershi Tamara Maruta.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Lungelwa Ngakaza.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you very much. Leletu Abongile Shabango.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Zintle Sigodi.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Ursula Simone van Wyk.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
You can never clap enough. Emily Jane Williams.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
With distinction and the top student in the program, Lisa Wolfhard.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Simnikiwe Precious Jacobi.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Mr. President, in absentia, Clara de Villiers, Heather Joan Winifred Tom with distinction, and Roxanne Lisa Walters. Mr. President, I now request you to confer for the first time the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Psychology, B-Psych equivalent. So you do a four-year degree, the B-Psych, that is the equivalent of a 3-year plus 1 honours degree, just for your background. Upon the following candidates who have successfully completed the program requirements and have fulfilled all the conditions of this qualification. Sandra Eileen Ballam.
I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours in Psychology, B-Psych equivalent.
Mansoor Basadin.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
With distinction, Reese Carsons.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Christine Frances Columbrander with distinction.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Christine Ann Copley, and with distinction. Congratulations.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Kelly de Rosner.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Elzaan Duisel.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Sadia Muashra Hendricks.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Gemma Bobby J. Heidenrich. And with distinction.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Laura Yvette Henriksen, and with distinction.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Jenna May Kashula.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Melissa Smith.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Chantal Talyard, and with distinction.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Gershwin Elgino Ray Thole.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Lynette Teresa Woodberg.
Bachelor of Arts Honours.
Mr. President, in absentia, Ezim van Rensburg and Madri de Toy, who's the top student and with distinction. Mr. President, that concludes the conferring of certificates and degrees at the graduation. We now move on, as you would see, colleagues, I almost said friends, but I can say friends and family, right? To the awarding of the various awards to our top students and in actual fact, our teachers as well. So, Mr. President, we introduce for the first time this year the Teaching Award to recognize the excellent work of our lecturing staff, who you see sitting behind you. Now, if you just allow me, President, I would just like to, of course, recognize Margie Gustafson, because Margie, and Margie, do you mind standing up? Margaret, to be sure. Now, you'll see, if you look at the lecturers' names in the booklet, you'll see her name is first as an emeritus lecturer. She's been with Cornerstone since the start in 1970. Give her a proper hand. And she has been the author of the book that Dr. LaRue referred to, and it's an immense privilege to have you still part of our academic team. We appreciate that you are here. Thank you very much, Margie. So if you look at the list of lecturers, you'll see we have a proud list of lecturers. And what is important to note in that list is the qualifications. You'll see that we include the qualifications of our lecturers. On the one hand, that indicates to you that we have high qualified academics. But what is interesting is to note the number of master's and PhD lecturers that we have. And that is really well done for an institution of our size. So I would like to really express my own appreciation for all our lecturing staff. Even though we offered a teaching award to recognize two of them, one for what we call distance mode online and one for contact mode in class, it's of course an indicator of the good work that all of you do. And we really appreciate you. So could I please ask the graduates to stand up, not the families, the graduates, to stand up and give them a proper hand. Don't stop clapping for 20 seconds. They've earned it. Yeah, you can clap for one another as well. You're welcome. Okay, thank you very much. So for the inaugural Teaching Award of Cornerstone for contact mode for in-class teaching, I would like to announce and call forward to receive his award, Dr. Kenneth Payne, who won this award for contact teaching in leadership studies. Kenneth, where are you? Please give Kenneth a hand. Leadership studies at Cornerstone fall within the Department of Theology and Ethics. Just a no, just a, yeah. So Kenneth, sorry man, we've got to get a picture of you, man. with Noel, with the CEO. Okay. And our first teaching award for distance mode, for online teaching, goes to one of our education lecturers, Anel Kutsia in educational psychology. Anel, please come forward. It's actually first academic awards, but is it? You can almost sit here if you don't mind. Yeah. So as you would look at the program, you would see that we now make the academic awards. Mr. President and Chairperson of the Board, esteemed colleagues, graduates, and invited guests, it is my privilege to present the Academic Award, the Academic Merit Award for 2019. As indicated in the program, these awards are presented to the graduate who achieved the highest academic standard during the course of his or her studies at Cornerstone. In order to be eligible for this award, a student must have completed the qualification in a maximum of 1 year more than the minimum amount of time required. It's plus one, maybe, you know. An award is presented in the bachelor's category and in the postgraduate category. Mr. President, I ask you to please hand the award for the bachelor's qualification in the Bachelor of Arts for Psychology, Jackie Celine Maynard. Jackie, please come forward. Congratulations, Jackie. Jackie, won't you just stand here? The postgraduate qualification for the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Psychology goes to Lisa Wolfart. Lisa, where are you? As Lisa comes up, let me just again say, they did not complete their qualifications in the +1. The +1 is the minimum that you become eligible with. They completed in the time to be expected, but they were also, from their first year, the top performer student in their classes. That's why they are sort of the academic awardees. Well done. Please, Lisa, come. Thank you. And then one together with you. And just one with both of them? Is Jackie just one with both of them? Let's give him another hand. It's a very proud moment. Doing well from day one till day last, that is really well done. Congratulations. Very proud of you. I would like to now call on Mr. Marcel Golding to offer the award, the Chairperson's Award.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked to award the Against All Odds Award for 2019. This award recognizes a graduating student who overcame unusual and extenuating circumstances. The student, against all odds, was determined to reach his or her goals, and despite severe obstacles, remained a Cornerstone student, continued to pass and successfully complete their program of study. The criteria for the award are courage and determination, integrity, and good standing in the Cornerstone community. The All Odds Award for 2019 goes to Nicole Solomon.
Well done. So the last award is called the President's Award. And that's an award that's decided by faculty, staff, and students. They nominate the candidate. And it goes to the student who receives an award because he or she best represents Cornerstone's core values. So while the candidate may not necessarily be the top academic performer, she or he must possess all the attributes we celebrate as a community. Therefore, the award is made to a final year student who has shown consistency of character, was actively involved in the broader community and supported by fellow students, and demonstrated academic excellence and is spiritually, socially, and academically well-rounded. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce that the Cornerstone President's Award for 2019 goes to Claudia Brown. Okay, let's give her a hand. Yes.
Let's welcome Rodney van Staden for the next music item on the program.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave they not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my way to follow that star. Ooh, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly God. And I know if I only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will be peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest, and the world will be better for this, that one man stoned and covered with scars still strong with his righteous courage to reach the unreachable, the unreachable, the unreachable star.
Wow, let's give him another applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this part of our ceremony, and I'd just like to thank some people who made all of this possible. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for coming today. You all look stunning. Our graduates look amazing. I'm just so overwhelmed by the beauty before me. I would like to say thank you to our keynote speaker, Marlene Leroux, for coming and blessing us today with your message. Would you mind coming forward? Oh, wait, I'll come to you. I'll come to you. We just have a small token of appreciation that we'd like to give to Marlene. I'm not sure if Odwa left, but I also wanted to thank Odwa Bongo for coming and calling us together by blowing the horn when we first came in. I would like to thank the Maranatha Male Choir for blessing us with a beautiful singing today. We do have a gift of appreciation that I'd like to bless you with afterwards, because we need you still up there to sing one more song for us, though. And then I would like to thank Rodney, our saxophonist and singer, who just gave a beautiful rendition of Impossible Dream. Let's thank him for encouraging us to reach the stars. Then to Eastern Acoustics and our caterers and Nikkei Photography, thank you so much for ensuring that we have sound and lights and food and everything else to make a day like this go smoothly. To the funders who are here, once again, we just want to throw this in. We are extremely grateful for what you do, and if you would continue doing that, it would be wonderful, and we'll just have lots and lots of graduates. I would also like to thank our president, our chairman of the board, our board members, our CEO, our management team, the faculty and staff of Cornerstone, and everybody that is here today that played some part in making today a success. Thank you very much. Would you all give them a hand of applause, and those in the, just everybody. And now I'd like to ask the graduates to stand and turn towards the audience. You see, the people in the audience are those who tolerated you when you were stressed, tired, and miserable. Some in the audience paid your student fees. Some sacrificed much so that you could stand here today. They are the angels that love you and supported you. Okay, thank you very much. Before we sing our national anthem, we need to do one more thing, and I know that we're running a little late, and it won't take too long. We're going to take 4 pictures, group pictures, and I'm going to ask that our graduates, that door or this door, from the front or from the back? Okay, so from the last row. So what we're going to do is the pictures are going to be taken right here. So I'd like everybody to stay seated because we're still going to do the anthem and the recessional. But just to get these 4 photographs taken, we need these seats cleared. And so you'll follow Claudine, and then you'll come back in for your photograph when she says. But please stay in your order because the photos will be taken in that order. Okay, so just follow Claudine from row 4. And then we will ask those that are usually in those pictures to, and I'll come and tell you who you are now, to make your way to the first row. I'm just going to tell you how this is going to happen. So the photographer is going to come stand I do want to request that we move as quickly as we can, please. We do need to be out of this section of the hall by 1 o'clock. And so we do want you to get to your refreshments, but if you can just move quickly now, that will be great. Thank you.
So maybe just to help everyone, we can't actually close the graduation until the president had pronounced that the congregation, that meeting is now closed. So everything else that now happens, the pictures, and then after the national anthem, and then the procession, frames the whole graduation, just that you know where it fits in now. So we just sort of calmly wait.
Our PGC students are our largest group, so we are going to ask the president and the registrar and our chairman of the board and the chairman of the board and our CEO and our dean to make their way down to the first row. Thank you. Peter Pedersen and Jennifer. He went out there. Can we have you in the hall, please? Okay, we're ready for our first picture. All our undergrad faculty. Our honors lecturers can begin coming to this entrance here. Our honors lecturers. After this, we have one more, and then we'll carry on with our proceedings. Okay, thank you. If you can make your way quickly to the other side, that side, the students. And then our last group, post-grad faculty, can remain. This will be the honors in community development and our honors in psychology. Henrietta? Oh, thank you. This is our last picture. Yes, she is. She is. they can just sit. This is our last photo, so all the other students, as soon as this photo has been taken, we're going to ask you to come in and just take a seat. You don't have to be in the order that you were. So all the students can just sit, be seated, and our stage party can make their way to the front. And then the remainder of our students can come forward and fill up the rest of the seats. And we'll ask, once everybody is seated, we will ask our choir to lead us in our national anthem. Thank you for being patient with us. We're all about change. You know, we change things all the time for the better. And so just see this as one of those changing, defining moments where we could get upset, but we're going to choose to smile. Can you make your way in quickly, please? Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Bev. So can we just ask everyone in the wings to just come and take your seat again? We'll be 2 more minutes. Let's just all arrive in the congregation again. It's the formal terminology. So can I also, if you're standing, just take a seat there, close by the corridor. All the students, the choir, you just shake yourself again. Everyone. So, you know, when we're all present, we'll get going. Yeah, it's cool. Thanks. So can I ask that the doors, if you're in, just swing the doors closed again, you know. Anyone can come in and out, but just swing the, you know. So the purpose of all of us is just for all of us to arrive here again. We were now going about. Okay. All right, thank you very much for your patience with the pictures taken. What will now happen, we'll close the meeting. We're singing the national anthem together. As you know, earlier we sang Kosi Sikelele Afrika, the prayer, and now we'll sing the national anthem as the anthem. And then after the anthem, please remain standing, and then the president will dissolve the meeting, and then the procession will again walk out. And as soon as the procession has left the hall, then we all can adjourn. Sorry? Oh, right. The students, you know, as the procession leaves, you then join us. So, you know, as we, you know, then the front row goes, and then the second row and the third row, you follow us. Let's all stand and let's celebrate the national anthem. The choir will lead us.
Kosi Sikelele
May I, just before I close the congregation, I want to say thank you for, in my memory, being the most patient audience I've ever seen. Thank you for bearing with us with that unusual closing. And it was, I have to take responsibility for it because I had hurt my meniscus, so I can't move up any stairs. So the pictures were going to be taken upstairs, so I'm responsible for this. So I apologize. So by the powers vested in me, I hereby dissolve this gathering as a gathering of Cornerstone Institute. Thank you.